Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, AlanMcBridePool. This is round number 3, actually, of the Autism Awareness Tournament at South Rock Billiards last weekend. Round number 2, I'm not sure what happened, but my camera just didn't capture it. I think I got like 21 seconds of the match, and then it just wasn't there after that. So, yeah, we're at round number 3. Okay, so I'm playing Vincent Schaefer. I didn't know Vincent. His mother plays pool in the area, and I do know of his mother. So I guess that's why he got into pool. Kind of a funny story. A guy was asking me if I knew Vincent and his friend before I even knew who they were, and I said no. And the guy said, well, that's kind of scary. And it's true. It can be scary, or, they just don't play. Well, it turns out Vincent and his friend just don't play. Actually, neither one of them even had a Fargo at all going into this event. So they were pretty excited about starting to build a Fargo. So that's what you're going to watch here. You're going to watch me play a guy who is literally brand new to pool, doesn't even have a Fargo. He can play a little bit. He's not day one. But yeah, just getting going in his journey for sure. So not a whole lot to talk about in this match. Definitely didn't play my best. As you all know, it's really hard to focus against people that you can just make a lot of mistakes against. And so it just, kind of brings out your worst. So that's kind of what you're going to see here. But anyway, Vincent's a really nice guy. His buddy was really nice. So let's go ahead and get into watching this match. Looks like it's already 1-0 me. Bank that ball right in. Right there, I was trying to just hit the 3 pretty thin and bring the cue ball back down table. It caught the 3 too thick, and it came down with it, but got pretty fortunate that I didn't give anything up. It's now 2-0 me. Hopefully I get to the score pretty soon. So this was, we played round 1. If you guys saw my last video against Cody Cash, that was Friday night. Really humid, really sticky in the room. This is Saturday. Doors open at 11. Play started back up at noon. I don't really remember what time this match was, but it is my 3rd match of the tournament. Tables were playing a lot more true to roll. They were playing a lot quicker, a lot less grippy, as far as contact with the cue ball and object ball goes. So it was way better to play on the tables Saturday than it was Friday because of all the humidity. Let's go try. Like I said, I don't know Vincent other than meeting him for this match. He was a really nice guy, but I don't know like how he played in this match versus how he normally plays. If this is just what he normally does, was he extra nervous? Like, I just don't know. Maybe he'll watch this and comment on what was going on. Speaking of that, guys, if you're enjoying the channel, help me out. Subscribe, like, comment. All that stuff. The likes and comments really help with the YouTube algorithm a lot. It's how you get recommended, get seen by more people. I go out of my way to record these on my phone and record voiceovers and, just to bring you guys some content of a, real life 570-ish player. Let you know my perspective, see my skill level, So help me out, like, comment, subscribe, all that good jazz. I, like many other players around my skill level, and probably even better and worse. We all got to work on being able to play our best against whoever you're playing against. I think we're all guilty of, we can get geared up for the tough opponents and really bear down, and then we kind of take our foot off the pedal against opponents we just don't see the same. And that's what happens here. I just didn't really need to do my best, and I played like it. But it was not fair to myself to do that. It's not fair to Vincent either, you know. Vincent does make a really good out in this match. I say really good out. He hits a couple balls pretty wildly that happen to go in, but then he makes a really good shot on the money ball. So definitely stick around for that. It's kind of his crowning achievement of this match. It's pretty wild too, with everything he's missing, that he came with this one shot. It was pretty cool. I was pretty happy for him. He hit those pretty good, pretty solid hit on the head ball. Definitely wasn't 100% square. That's why he was shooting from one direction, and the cue ball came off the other. but for a guy who hasn't been playing very long, clearly, he hit that pretty square and with some pace. So it's kind of surprising to see that. I ended up playing 7 matches in this tournament, winning 5 of them, losing 3. Thought I had recorded 4 of them, and then my phone started to die. Like I said, round 2, for some reason, the video was like 20 seconds long, something like that. So I don't know. Maybe I just stopped the recording accidentally when I was setting up the camera. That has to be what happened. So, and it's kind of unfortunate because the last 3 matches, even though I do lose one of those last 3, I was playing some of my best pool, the best I'm capable of playing. I was in a really good rhythm. So kind of unfortunate I didn't get those recorded, but it is what it is. I need to figure out a battery pack or something so I can get more matches recorded at these tournaments for you guys. If you guys have any suggestions for me on that, and leave a comment and let me know. I'm brand new to all this stuff, so trying my best and learning a lot as I go. So right there, the window to get on that 8 was really tight down there. You just had to get good, and took focus off of the pot. Trying to make sure I get the cue ball correct, and then I end up missing the 6 wildly. We've talked about that in other videos. Job 1, you gotta pocket the ball you're shooting on. It doesn't matter if you pull shape but miss the ball. You just gotta get the ball down. But it's one of my things that hold me back. Keeps me where I'm at Fargo wise. Is I let my brain get the better of me a lot of times. The girl on the table to the left, guys, that's Michelle Libby. She just purchased Ultimate Pool USA and brought it to the Wichita area, and I think that starts up real soon. So pretty excited about that. I do have a match against her. In fact, I think it might be my next match. And we have a really good tight match, so that video will get posted pretty soon. So be on the lookout for that. I guess I didn't even tell you guys, this is a handicapped tournament. I have to win 8 games before Vincent wins 4 games. I'm not sure how they came up with that number from him. Maybe that was the minimum someone could be without him having a Fargo, so they just made him a 4. But yeah, that was a race 8-4. I was trying to get straight in on this 4 ball and just came too far, too much inside spin. That's a good shot. Oh, I guess that was the 2 ball, not the 4 ball. My bad. Yeah, I was in really bad shape right here. I just wasn't sure what all the paths were taken away by the other balls, and I just end up trying to get it really tight in the pocket. But playing on valleys with big pockets, it's really tough to do that. And I spun it, and it basically massaged right into the pocket. I was a little embarrassed, but hey, it happens. I told Vincent after this match was over, not to worry about his mistakes or where he's at in his game. That every single person in the building started where he's at. So, he's just getting going to, stick with it. You know, Pool's a game that just takes time. So Vincent had flopped the 6 ball in, which it's 9 ball, part of the game, and then he just, slopped that ball in, trying to 1 rail 8 2 rails, and he leaves himself this tough 9. And he gins it. Yeah. I tell him after this, like, I think we found your game. You just need to slop in the last 2 balls and then make a really tough back cut on the 9 ball, long distance back cut. So we kind of laughed about that. That was a good shot on the 9. So he's on the board, no skunk. Talked about that in other videos. I'm down shooting that shot, looking at my path, and I'm telling myself, just don't scratch on the side, just don't scratch on the side. Well, brain doesn't understand the word don't, so all the message I'm feeding it is scratch on the side, scratch on the side, and I scratch on the side. That's what I mean about my brain really holding me back. I know these things are errors, and I just can't seem to get rid of them. Not entirely. I get rid of them a lot more than I used to, but just they're still there. It happens way too often still. Trying to play safe there, just bank the three between those two balls. It was a tough window to hit, so I didn't get there. Vincent made some pretty decent shots here and there for sure. When you watch this match, for a guy just getting going with no Fargo, we'll interested to see how he's going to look in the next 5 years playing pool if he keeps it up. We'll see. He actually looks really good down on the ball and his practice strokes. He's just real quick with his timing, a little jabby, which is common. That one was pretty smooth. That was a good stroke. There's so much information out there on YouTube now that I spent years playing this game and just not hitting the ball very good, not even understanding that, not understanding timing. But then YouTube kind of blows up and there's so much world-class information out there, now that I feel kind of foolish I spent so many years hitting it so bad. But hey, we're making up for lost time now. You see me kind of look at that. I'm trying to decide if I wanted to, slow roll it and leave it on the rail right there or try to come around. I decided to come around. Still end up a little short. Yeah, that's probably one of my, not even probably, that is my worst shot of the match. Mainly because it's the money ball. You just can't do it on the last ball. Even the last couple balls, you just got to find a way to bear down and get those down. The momentum switches are just too massive against anybody. You start missing the last ball before the last ball. Yeah, that break wasn't very good. So, like many beginner players, he has good moments and bad moments in the exact same situations. Just it is what it is. We all go through it. Right here, I'm starting to feel like, man, you can't give this away. You need to bear down and get this finished. You need to find your focus, but it's just hard to do. It's wild to scratch from that angle in the side pocket. Now we are playing on valleys with big pockets, but still, that angle's nuts. We've all done it and try to figure out how you ended up there, but it's crazy. Push out here, try and tie those two balls up. I don't do a very good job of it. Make the one tough. I had to fight the urge to want to try to bank that ball in, but I was like, you have to just stick to your normal game, try to keep your normal play. Because it's really easy to let these matches get away from you, because you just don't take them as serious as you should. We've all been there and paid a price for it. So that was me trying to get my rhythm and focus back, is why I shot that shot. Sorry, guys, my dog's barking at something that's coming through the audio. Yes, I own a dog. She barks sometimes. What can you do? Again, I don't have to be doing these things against Vincent, but I decided I was messing around too much, starting to let things get away from me, missing shots that are supposed to be pretty routine for me, so I just needed to get back into my playing rhythm and style. I hadn't even realized he made a bad hit right there from my vantage point, so kudos to him for, calling that on himself. Sorry, guys, my dog's going nuts. All right, guys, I went out and got my dog. Got her calmed down, so let's finish this. Let's finish this commentary for the match. Once again, guys, if you made it this far in the video, I appreciate you watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Help me grow this channel. Help me, just feel energized about getting this stuff done for you, putting these matches up. All right, guys, that's the end of the match. And appreciate you watching, and we will see you in the next one.